Hey guys, it's Barkercraft here, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we will be making a kind of greenhouse build at this side of our base, since there's really nothing here except these few trees. And also, in this video, I'll be using a different form of time lapse. I have a different account, just like an AFK here, and it will just be filming from a different angle instead of having a first-person time lapse, because those don't look super great, and that should make it look way better. My plan for this greenhouse kind of build is to have these kind of arched support pillars that go up a bit and slightly up and up and up until they link in the middle, and the block palette will be white stained glass and stripped oak and stripped jungle wood, and so that should look good. And it is, yeah. And I'm planning to have this kind of curve in it like we have in that house on the mountain, where it will just curve off in this direction eventually. But anyways, without further ado, let's get into the time lapse. Now guys, I'm back, and that probably looked nice, but I'm not sure yet, because I haven't watched back the recording, and it may look a tiny bit laggy at places, because I am recording that time-lapse from my phone, and my phone isn't the most powerful of things, especially when it's running shaders, and those are kind of like the higher end shaders. I think they're called bicubic shaders. They do look very nice. I put a picture up of my cave kind of thing, because that thing looks so nice with shaders. Also, I stopped the time lapse because we are running out of glass, so we'll have to go and smelt up some more. That shouldn't be too bad because we have the super smelter, which will do it in like a few seconds. Also, I think this will be the main shape that I'll be going for. I won't be adding any more pieces and any more like sections going this way, because this will just be enough. And also on the inside it will be like vines will be coming from the ceiling, leaves, and like on the inside there will be like all sorts of plants. Sorry. And there will be, and maybe if we can get our hands on those kind of new flowers that got added in this version. So those should look real nice, like hanging from the ceiling. And we are out of glass. We might have just enough to finish this one last section, if we can get up there. So now we have to go and smelt up some more glass. And I'm out of fireworks. Lovely. So let's get some sand. This shouldn't take too much, but let's just keep it on the safe side and grab a few extra stacks. Throw out this, and to the smelter we go. Should I place like an ender chest down here somewhere? Or there's one actually down there. So if I remember correctly, the items went into this chest here. And now I just let this thing run. And also, the main reason why I wouldn't record like in first person with shaders, cause it would be super laggy, as PlayStation can't really run them and my phone can, but I really do not like touch controls, and it's kind of buggy if I try to use mouse and keyboard with it. So that is pretty much out of question, as it just wouldn't work. We wanted to get fireworks. One stacks, yes. Grammar, 1 stack. Also grab some bone meal from this shulker. There should be kind of like an option where you can actually lock trapdoors, because they cannot move. But that would be quite time consuming, as the sheer amount of trapdoors that there is in my base is pretty much like the main floor material here. Yeah, pretty much nearly all the glass already. And just super fast. Yeah, that's all of the glass. Now it just has to all get funneled back. I should probably also put a crafting table in here. There. So we can craft up all this white glass. Then I'll break that. Yeah, I think that's all the glass that we had. So we can switch it off. And we did not need that much, but we'll probably use it up anyway. Or maybe like some bone mealing around the whole place. Well, it is quite bone meal, but never enough. So we can switch it off. And now we can go and craft some more. So we can switch off all this white glass. And we can craft up all this white glass. So we can switch off all this white glass. And we can craft up all this white glass. And we can craft up all this white glass. And we can craft up all this white glass. And we can craft up all this white glass. And we can craft up all this white glass. And we can craft up all this white glass. And we can craft up all this white glass. And we can craft up all this white glass. And we can craft up all this white glass. And we can craft up all this white glass. And we can craft up all this white glass. And we can craft up all this white glass. And we can craft up all this white glass. And we can craft up all this white glass. And we can craft up all this white glass. And we can craft up all this white glass. And we can craft up all this white glass. And we can craft up all this white glass. And we can craft up all this white glass. And we can craft up all this white glass. And we can craft up all this white glass. And we can c just to make it look more realistic, I suppose. Well, not really realistic. Yes, that makes sense, definitely. But just to give it that kind of lush feel to it. I think I'll just put in the rest of this glass in on camera. When I was designing this whole thing in a creative world, it was quite a pain to actually make this curved piece here. And I hope I don't have to scratch my head again for like a few minutes just to figure out how it was placed in. I think I just go with. And also, one super good thing is that this arch is the same level as this arch, because then I would have to make some weird stuff like I did here. So that's actually like elevated kind of in shape. And that was a bit difficult, as I haven't thought of that in the creative world, because it was just super flat. I think here's where I have to start and actually start flattening this out. Was it here? Because if I was any more, it wouldn't really match up to this. So I think that I just have to fill it in. Like, start here, like that. Then, I suppose that works. Maybe, yeah, one bit there and one bit there. And now we just have to get in the fences and the fence gates. And just that one piece of like detail that no one will care about, but it gives it that better look, I suppose. And we need to craft up some more. And I'm kind of lucky that I had to chop down this tree, because I don't think I had any spruce anywhere left. So we can get some more of that. We need more sticks. More fence gates. And I am really liking how this is looking. And the inspiration for this build I got from Exumavoid's video. And he also made a greenhouse, except his is kind of like a more circular kind of shape, like a semicircle from the ground. But it also looks equally as good, or even better, I think. And if we put them like that, also wooden posts, just so that we don't have anything spawning up on top of here, because we wouldn't want any creepers up there and having to rebuild it. I think that also just like plant a few trees, so this is kind of like slightly covered up in a forest. I'll definitely give it that nice look. So let's just go crazy with the bone meal. Also, we have to swap these out, because I was thinking of just having like a deep slate base for it. That was my original plan, but I kind of gave up on the idea, as we don't really have any, and I do not fancy traveling out like a few thousand blocks just to get it again. As we can just extend it downwards. And this is truly a big monster of a build. You can fly comfortably through here. And I will definitely terraform on the inside, just so it's like a bit more smoother. Like each level will like be level with like one of the sides, so it actually looks decent, not just like someone just covered up some terrain with some glass and wood. We'll also fill in this part, but this part is, I think I fill it in with glass paint actually. It doesn't join properly with the slabs, but it still looks good because it just adds a bit of depth. That's kind of like a different layer. I also have to put in the door here. Or we can actually put in the door there, so that we don't have to like do some weird stuff with glass panes and normal glass blocks, because they don't really go nicely together. It depends more on like what kind of style you go for. Because I've seen people do something like this, but it doesn't really like look too great for me. We're just kind of like a pattern. Like it could be a kind of thing for like a more futuristic build, maybe that has all these kind of weird shapes. Maybe like a curved side again. I think I'm going with curves like everywhere pretty much. Like the house, now the greenhouse. Well, the balloon that I forgot to talk about. It was just a random build that I just wanted to make. I originally had the idea of making this giant blimp that I used to have on a single player world, but I didn't have the wool for it, and my wool farm kind of breaks if I if I go out of the chunks sometimes, or just get rid of the hopper minecarts, and then just causes lag and everything. So I'll probably just make like a big farm kind of place where I'll have different animals, just to make this whole place look even nicer, and it might also be functional. Glass panes are a pain to place. And then if we do that, do that, and that's all the glass for this side, I think. And we could also probably have some maybe bees on the inside of here, as kind of like a addition to it, as that other bee farm is kind of, well, not broken, but it's just pretty much destroyed, as zombies try to break down the doors for whatever reason, and I didn't know that they actually would break the doors to the bee farm itself. So most of the bees ended up just escaping and just flying around the base until I think that they just either died or despawned. So we'll probably have to transport a few of the bees from there into here and maybe set up a whole new colony or something. I think we could have like different levels of like flower beds, maybe like a kind of underground bit, some small auto farms that we'll probably never use, maybe like a pumpkin or melon farm. That could potentially look nice. And I've seen people use melon blocks as building blocks actually, and it doesn't like I think it went well with it was, I think, green terracotta. That actually looked decent with. And also another idea from Exuma Void, where he had this giant building that used the deep slate and crimson hype, I think it's called, or just like crimson wood overall. So that looked real nice. I think I will actually use this shulker as stuff that we can use for repair of this greenhouse if it ever needs it. Might as well just put everything that I used into there. And I'm sorry for any background noise because I think that's someone's car alarm just went off. Yeah, probably. And now it's off. Well, that's good. Ah yes, more bone meal. But we cannot bone meal pod soil. Lovely. I think I will have to eventually just get rid of all this pod soil and just have these kind of rings around the bases, so that they cannot like spread the pod soil around them. You can just have a ring around the base of it. That piece needs to be lit up. Actually, I think we'll just go grab some lanterns. Like so. I probably should use some of my building block shulker boxes, but I never seem to do. They're just sitting in my ender chests. I think the only reason why I had those shulker boxes was just to build the houses around my base. Come on, let me take off. Yeah, I only used them to build those, and this looks super nice. At night especially, probably with the shaders. I think I'll use the shaders also for the thumbnails now, as they look just so good. I'm also maybe swap out the old thumbnails from the other videos with shader ones. That would look quite cool probably. But it might be a bit much work because some things have changed, like the kind of cave thing. That thing has changed quite a bit from when I first made it. So that's, I think, a plan for another day. I think that's, let's have like an entrance here. Just a good little door. I think I'll use spruce doors with this kind of to have contrast. And how the hell did you get up there now? How the hell did I actually get up there? They might have just spawned on top of there. I'll probably add some, maybe some glow lichen just on the sides there as just lighting blocks. They don't give off an exactly high level of lighting, so that might not be able to keep away the zombies and stuff. Yeah, I'll just have doors in like a few different spots, like one maybe there, maybe like two on, definitely one here, and one here. For the first time I probably actually used the 3 doors that the crafting table gives you. Like, it honestly should be just 2 that it gives you, but it's always just extra stuff you might use later. Probably not though. But guys, I think this will be it for today's episode, so this was Party Clank, and I'm out.